What's happening, everybody? Trey here, joined as always by my dad Sean, and today at Reactions to the Classics, we got a full album reaction to the Marcus King Band and their record from 2018, Carolina Confessions. This comes courtesy of suggestion from our longtime supporter and patron, Mark. And Mark, really looking forward to this. We reacted to a song from the Marcus King Band, which was our first introduction to the group and Marcus King, and I was very impressed with that track. So getting to hear a full album here is going to be kind of neat. It's 10 songs, 48 minutes. Mark said it's got a kind of country and just rock feel to it, so something a little different on the channel. So that's another reason I'm looking forward to this one, y'all. And if you're watching this on YouTube, the music will be taken out due to copyright, and a link down below in the description will be there if you want to check out the full video with the music. If you already know the songs, just want to see our reaction, you can stick over here on YouTube. And we all always appreciate those big thumbs ups. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You can check out all our social media down below, as well as our podcast. And if you'd like to get a album reaction like our guy Mark, you can check that out on Patreon, which will also be linked down below. But before we get started into the track-by-track reaction, you just got a little something on...
I do, and you mentioned we have reacted to a song. It was actually a video and a triple shot of Marcus King, who I'd never heard of. And I was blown away by that performance. His guitar playing is next level. So I invite you to just go look up the band and watch him perform. And I had said on that video I was going to dive into Marcus, and I just never got to. And so it's crazy this came back around for us. I was really happy about that. As you said, it was it's their third studio album. Marcus King actually came out with a solo album at the start of this year in 2020, but they didn't break up or anything, just the way he went as far as what I read. It didn't go on the Billboard Top 200 chart, but it was their first entry in Billboard's a couple other charts. The Top Current Albums chart, I never even heard of that, peaked at 55. It was 2 on the Blues chart and number 2 on the Heat Seekers Albums chart. So I'm familiar with those. So they were starting to get some... a little bit of press and things.
Some traction going.
Now, when we did review the or react to the song, I did look up Marcus to be like, man, this dude looks young and he can go. So basically, he started playing the guitar very early. His dad is a well-known blues guitarist in South Carolina who also played with gospel acts, and his grandpa was also a regional music performer. So you often find these people who are savants almost, early on.
He's got it in his blood,
Yeah, he began playing very early, and at age 8, he started playing shows with his father. At age 11, he played on one of his father's albums. And then as a teen, he started already going in and playing in clubs. So he's playing gigs at night with his band, and then he's going to school the next day. So
I love that. I love the hustle, man.
Well, the hustle ends the way you think it would end, because if you're having fun playing music and you're gifted at it, you make the decision to just go, the heck with this. So he quit school after his junior year, or during his junior year, I guess, and got his GED. And then he started studying all his favorite guitar players, the Allman Brothers, Dwayne Allman, B.B. King, Albert King, Waylon Jennings, and Merle Haggard. He also studied jazz theory and jazz performance with Steve Watkins at the Greenville Fine Arts Center. And what's great is he was discovered after a video of him jamming at Norman's Guitars, racked up millions of views on YouTube because, as I said, the man complained. That's one of the beauties of today and technology that you're watching right now, is that acts can get discovered that would have never got discovered again. So I build all that up to you to tell you, like, I have high hopes for this album.
Well, as always, we're going to have the lyrics up. Going to make a comment here or there in the song, but save the meat of our reaction for the end. And then at the very end, we'll do our favorite tracks and overall score of the record on first listen. So we're going to start off with this first tune, Where I'm Headed. And again, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
And thank you, Marcus King, for making this.
There you go, Well, what a Mark and Marcus connection.
So let's get this started. What a tour de force to open
it didn't even
up.
fit into country or blues. I don't think. I think it was a hybrid of everything. I think that's great. I don't even know where I would slot that thing, but yeah, just fantastic, man.
Well, and then it had kind of that horns subtly in the background with the choir as well. I just love kind of everything, all the genre blendings that
it really
happened
worked
in this, and it did get me excited for the rest of this record, man. Which I think any good opener should do. And I like. he's just talking at the start. Hear the sound of my highway. I get stoned as I pray. Think I'll just fade away. Who's gonna care now, Lord? Who's gonna care? He knows
she's left.
Yeah, he says, I don't know where I'm headed, babe, but I know I'll see you there. But I know I'll see you there. And then he mentions kind of the love interest coming down from the mountain. He always left him wondering where she may be, all the places that she's seen. Kind of seems like a muse that just has a captivating effect on him and whatnot. And then, but she also has pain in her eyes. And then at the end, he notes that that she ended up leaving, but he's still wondering, still doesn't know then where he's gonna go out and be headed. So I think just the story and the music, man, great way to open us out. And now we're gonna go to I believe this is the song we did. So Goodbye Carolina. So this is a very good song from the performance we did, so I'm curious to hear how that equates to the album.
Yeah, Marcus is playing everything, the pedal steel, the acoustic, and the electric on this thing. So,
all right, well, let's get track number 2 going. Goodbye Carolina. As the song was playing, it started coming back to me from the reaction we did, and that one's gonna be tough to dethrone.
It's a great song, man.
From one of my favorites. I love the message of the song.
Yeah.
Love the guitar playing by Marcus, and then that outro, that minute, and a half long outro where kind of it seemed like you got the organ in, trumpet, saxophone, everything just coming in, crescendoing with Marcus's guitar.
I think there might have been a trombone on there too.
Yeah.
I think I saw on the side there.
So, man, that was just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't got a lot else to say to it. Yeah, I like the message of the song, life has a way of writing your story for you, and the hero doesn't always get his girl. What if you could change the ending to the novel they've been writing? Leave no resolution. So goodbye, Carolina. Search my whole life to find you.
I hate to leave you, but I hope you'll know where I'm going. I'll be seeing you. So, here he's obviously leaving his Carolina.
Yeah.
His place, his state. And I wonder too if you could even read this as Carolina as a girl.
I thought it might have a double meaning. I thought the same thing. You can put them both in there. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
So I think that's cool too, to that relatability. Like you're either leaving your state, people can relate to that, or leaving the girl for bigger and better things, trying to pursue your dream or whatever the case may be, man. And even there he mentioned, so it takes a selfish man to leave on out from his old hometown without saying why he's going. But you can come take the rest of me early in the morning, tell me your goodbye. So just a lovely tune, man, and
awesome.
A great choice to kind of be one of the lead songs off of this album.
I'm with you. It's going to be tough to beat it. Next up, we got Homesick.
All right.
Another extended, over 6-minute song, which means we're probably in for some fantastic instrumentation. Right. I'm not Nostradamus, but I'm going to say that's probably what we're in for.
Yeah, the longest song on the record here, 6:24. So, they've been kind of straightforward thus far. So I would assume, it's going to be a little homesick. You were mentioning at the start he had those blues influences and guitar influences from like B.B. King, Dwayne Allman, and I think here more than any song up to this point you could feel that, especially in that solo at the end.
Yeah, you're spot on that. I agree with that 100%. Nice little message too. I like the little, you're the only one that makes me homesick. You're the only one that keeps me honest. So like she's what keeps him home and from venturing off and maybe doing things he shouldn't be doing.
And it almost seems like this guy's just either coming from the experience of like maybe himself, going out on the road all the time, this or that, 100 miles, Lord, they feel like 100 years while my sanity holds on. In my mind, I hear her sing her favorite song. And he knows he's tired of this ride, let the moonlight guide him, but at the end of the day, the only thing that's kind of bringing him back, as you mentioned, is her singing, her...
I mean, is he a truck driver? He could be.
Oh, yeah. You never know, man. You never know.
Shout out to Kev the trucker. We got a truck driver who's a great supporter of this channel, man. Could be driving down the road. When you're in that windshield time, man, all you do is got time to think. So.
And so, man, I just really enjoyed this one. His vocal delivery, too, had that, more country bent, and it just, again, worked well. You had that organ, had the brass instrumentation, everything going in. I just again really enjoyed that arrangement, and though it was a long song, you don't mind with how great the playing is on this. And so we're gonna go from the longest song on the record now to the shortest song with the song 8 a.m. So.
And Trey, I know you and I are both not a fan of 8 a.m.
No.
at the time, so hopefully we like this song more than we like that.
8 a.m. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was really nice, man. I like the lyrics too.
Oh, me too.
If you could, like, when we go up, like it starts, hope they play me on your radio every hour. So he's, he has made it as a musician.
Yeah.
Don't need money, don't need power. He's not seeking fame and fortune. Just like to know that you're hearing me, and I know now you did what you came to do. Broke my heart back in two, left me wanting more. But then he tells her, broke my heart, but if you could see me now, you'd be glad you left me. Take a look at me now, wasted at 8 a.m. But then it's like, are you wasted at 8 a.m. in a wreck because she broke your heart?
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it's not really, if you could see me now, you'd be glad you left me, because I'd never be this way if you wouldn't have left me to begin with.
See, that's what I was thinking. Like, is he drinking because she ended up leaving him?
And doesn't care about anything else. He's obviously made it to some extent because he's on the radio. He's just like, I don't even care about that because I have a broken heart. I think what Marcus does really nicely is he's got a good voice. I mean, I'm not saying he's some 5-octave talent or anything, but he does a good job of using his voice as an instrument. He sings in different styles. You mentioned on the last song, he enunciates certain words, and some words he almost mumbles on through in a way that's an art form.
No, I've noticed that as well. And then at the end, kind of had some almost gospel-like influences with the choir, or not choir, but the female backing vocal, I think, coming in, and just that organ kind of playing as well. Just kind of really does a good job of crescendoing a song at the end there.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I again, man, I'm really enjoying this record so far, and we're going to finish off the first half now with the track How Long. So,
and if you're wondering, the answer to that question, about 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Exactly. So let's see what Marcus has got. How Long? I mentioned it in the reaction, but again, it had a different vocal style there, and it really worked, man. A little bit more rocking. It felt a little Fogerty-esque
that's a good
influence in here, which really from the whole sound, like this could have fit kind of in that 70s
really
period right there, just with the music. I really enjoy that Mark brought this group to our attention, man, because I really dug this song too.
And like, if somebody asked me we're halfway through this thing of like, what is Marcus King? What's his genre? I'd be like, he's a musician.
Yeah, no, he's able
country,
to take
blues,
a little from
rock.
everything.
He's a musician, man. Just period. Like, you can't pigeonhole him anywhere. Everything is arranged so well.
Got some soul in there with the horns and everything.
Everything is just deliberately, exactly like it should be. And what I mean by that is, we've listened to plenty of albums that are overly produced where everything just sounds so slick. If your 80s stuff suffers from this greatly, a lot of it. This is just like, they're jamming out, so you don't lose that feel, but everything is just done so well. You don't often see that with smaller artists on smaller labels who don't have the kind of budget, but they don't need a budget because they're just outstanding musicians.
And, message again, kind of, I like that too, just kind of a straightforward message in each one of these songs.
Yeah.
How long is it going to be till I find you, talking about his baby, his girl, till I lay down there beside you. Something tells me that you'll feel me before I'm even there running up your stairs. What you're missing, I'll remind you. So, and I like the way he delivers that and says that, whether just saying, oh, I really love you and it's going to be great when I come home. He's able to kind of put it in a more poetic way.
Yeah, I agree.
Without being so veiled in meaning that you got to figure out what's what.
Yeah, but he's still, because we've been through the lyrics where we got to, do a deep dive, like, what does this really mean? And that's great, too. And these aren't so, as you're saying, these are not complicated, yet they're not simplistic. Because I've read lyrics, where, a 6-year-old could have wrote these. But I was looking up because I was trying to remember. I thought Marcus was 23. He's 24. So, I mean, he wrote these songs when he was 22 or younger, so to have that level of, songwriting chops along with obviously the guitar playing and just musicianship.
Well, now we're going to move to the latter half of the album with the track Autumn Rains. So 4-minute tune here. So that was interesting because the lyrics ended around 2 minutes 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So like the last 40% of the song was just in and out with a fantastic
Yeah, that was
guitar playing.
one of the best guitar solos on this record, for sure. And I enjoyed that. This definitely was more on the countryside,
Yeah.
as opposed to some of the other songs. Yet not in a way that was country can be hit and miss for me, but when it's rooted like what Marcus does, then I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's way different. Yeah, 100% agree.
And that's what we had here, man. And again, kind of. Kind of like the Goodbye Carolina. Here we have autumn rains. You think of the season autumn, but
exactly.
Here, you also go with the girl as well. He says, there's autumn rains up on the mountain. I don't seek shelter because I've always loved the rain. She said, nobody's ever written a song about me because they don't see the beauty in the rains that I see. Amber ale, sweet bud, and sunshine, like to listen to the river flow across my mind. Like those are great lyrics right there that just paints
the picture. Yeah,
it just paints it right in my head.
Yeah.
Which Marcus is I've noticed very good at doing that. And then he notes, again, I can't fight these feelings for you. I'm fighting. I'm the first to sing this song to. And kind of goes on from there. Again, a song and a message I think is that's relatable and cool instrumentation. All right, that'll take us now to track number 7, Confessions. So let's see what Marcus has got in store here.
Yeah,
Confessions. I gotta say, for me, that's probably my favorite track up to this point. I just love the soulful, emotional. Just nature to the track, lyrically, arrangement-wise, just everything clicked for me on this one.
Yeah, and I think he must have thought highly of it too, because the album's Carolina Confessions. Song number 2 that we love is Goodbye Carolina. This is Confessions. We combine them together. I think if you wanted to show somebody a song of Marcus and kind of show them what it's about, this is probably the one you would show, because it's so diverse, so well done, and just basically the story is he's with this girl, and basically I thinks she's too good for him. I mean, he cheats on her, does some stuff he shouldn't. He's trying to run her off, letting her. Maybe you think, if I just left her, she'd try to get me back. But if I did something to hurt her, she'd just take off and think less of me, and it would be better off for her in the long run. But then he speaks in there, but I want her back, So forgive me for I have sinned. Forgive me for how long it's been. I sing these words to you over and over again, but this will be my last confession. This will be my last confession. So I think maybe he's begging her back and he won't screw up again. But yeah, that's a great track, man.
Just lovely. In that solo, I just love the emotional punch that Marcus was able to play with that.
Solo was fantastic.
Oh, just a fantastic song here. So next track, Side Door, is gonna have a lot to live up to.
Yeah, man, it really is, but, for sure.
If anybody can do it, Marcus can. So let's see what we got here. All right, Side Door. Though not up to par with Confessions.
No, that would be a tough one.
I still liked how it kind of kept the same vibe of the previous tune. Confessions, just kind of a little more low key, and again kind of returns to those lyrical themes that we've had a lot in this album, about kind of leaving somebody, just kind of those relational issues there. Again, he notes, found my heart back in Virginia and it's with me almost every night. I'll be gone by the time you read my letter, but I'll hold your love with me as I ride. So a couple of other tracks on this record have talked about that leaving that place where you're at,
man,
kind of longing for it, that love type of deal. So
because it's the thing in life as you're moving on, especially when you're younger, sometimes if you want to advance in one area, you got to leave stuff you care about behind in another area. So never easy decisions.
All right, and we're already almost done with this great record. We're going now to track number 9, Remember. Only 4 minutes long here, so let's see what Marcus has got up his sleeve on this one. One of the most kind of haunting songs on this record.
Yeah, I found it interesting. Marcus is showing a little different side here. A little electric in there, little bitty solo, but I would guess he might be playing the acoustic in this one himself. And so he's just, doing the acoustic and doing the voice and just telling the story. So a different into him, and I mentioned earlier, his voice is not some, wonderful, fabulous thing, but it's pretty good and it's powerful, and he knows how to use it in his wheel set right where he's comfortable, and it works for songs like this for sure. Because, if you weren't comfortable with yourself, you're not doing the acoustic. I say it all the time and just singing the lyrics, but Nice little story here too.
Oh, definitely. Again, and yeah, just from his vocal delivery, you can really feel that pain that he's trying to
That's great. Yeah.
convey in this, where he notes, just got off the phone with you, did more damage than anything else. Wish I could have been home. I heard you spent your time by yourself. Then you get the title of the track. You really don't remember leaving me here when I fell down the stairs. Didn't seem to care. Lord, when I was drowning, my sister came to my side because you really don't remember. You've been trying to forget. So essentially, I think this person wasn't there for him when he needed it most, and that still pains him.
But he still loves her.
Yeah, he's still, down later in the track, he knows I wrote this song down for you, hope you read every line. So, yeah, they're still...
And then just got off the phone with you, did more damage than anything else, because that's what happens sometimes. You call up, you're trying to make things better. I guess nowadays you might text and try to make things better. You just end up making it worse, and that's twice as frustrating. So, hey, you write this song.
Absolutely.
So I wrote it down for you, man. I didn't get it right on the phone, but here you go.
Well, I'm digging that, man. And now we're going to wrap up the record with Welcome Round Here.
Now, obviously, we hadn't heard of this. I'm going to guess he's going to finish this thing off rocking it, but we'll see.
That's what I'm gonna guess, too. And then after this, y'all, we'll get into our favorite tracks and overall score.
Welcome Round Here. Ended the way it should, Trey. About a minute and a half outro of just flat out throwing everything in the kitchen sink in a good way, instrumentally. Wow. This song, you mentioned it during the reaction. Very powerful lyrics. He's talking to someone who's related to him, and he's telling him, boy, you ain't welcome around these parts no more. Boy, you better take yourself back home. When you talk about trees and you talk about lust, keep your heathen ways away from us. Let me live my life the way I was raised. Boy, I recommend you do the same. If your mama was still living, so it's probably a cousin, could be a brother, but I believe she died of shame. Hurt yourself, you curse the family name. No, I'll always love you, always be my kin. Don't show your face round here again. So,
dang,
wow,
yeah,
man.
that was powerful.
That was fire, man.
And and then
the last one,
when St. Peter opens up them pearly gates, he's gonna look down, but he ain't gonna find your name. So that was a heavy message to just kind of end it. And I love the psychedelic nature at the end there too. So it came in with the bombastic horns for one last time as well. Love the way he delivered those lines. Just the perfect way, I think, to end this record off. And just wow, very, very powerful stuff, man. Now we're going to go to our favorite tracks. For me, I got to go with Welcome Round Here, which ended it, Confessions, and then Goodbye Carolina. Those are going to be the three for myself, but you can't go wrong with, choosing any of these, really.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Goodbye Carolina and Confessions. You said it. I think there's two great songs on here. I think everything else is good to really good. And I don't think there's any songs on here that are throwaways. And we don't say that very often.
Not at all, man. No, everything brought something to the table. Man.
So that's going to take us to our overall album score. We've been on a roll lately. You know, we do these things like we do tons of album reviews all the time. You're going to be at the high of highs. And then, and we ran off the first year of this channel. We ran off some of the greatest albums of all time. We still hit some of them from time to time. But now we're into some that aren't quite as acclaimed or from lesser known artists. So hit and miss, but our last three albums, Arcade Fire by Funeral, or Funeral by Arcade Fire, and then Damn the Torpedoes by Petty, and this one have all been outstanding. We talked about it. I don't go to concerts a lot. Well, we don't go to concerts now at all since we're sitting here in July of 2020 with COVID, but concerts kick back up again. Marcus King would be in my top 5 to go see. This would be an unreal live performance. So first listen on an album reaction, sometimes it's really hard to kind of know what you think, because normally on a normal album review you listen to it tons of times before we come on the camera, but this one is the exception to the rule. This is fantastic start to finish. I gotta go an 8.25 on first listen. I mean, it's just and this cat was 22 years old when he made this. Everything is good on it. Songwriting, instrumentation, arrangement, production, it's all top flight.
No, definitely, man. I echo pretty much everything you said. I would love to see the Marcus King Band live.
Maybe someday, brother, we'll be back in there watching things
in action. But man, this just shows you that good music's still out there today, man. A nice blend of blues, southern rock, straight up rock and roll,
little country thrown in to shake it all up, and
so
that's what you got
to make his own unique sound. So I thought this thing was great. I'm going a very solid 8.0 on this album. Really enjoyed it. Appreciate you, Mark, for bringing it to us.
Wow, man, what a nice hidden gem you brought us.
He introduced us, with that first Goodbye Carolina song reaction, then brought this to us. I'm really glad you did, Mark. And if you've never given this a listen, y'all, and you're watching this on YouTube without the music or whatever, I really would encourage you to go and give Carolina Confessions a spin, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. But anyways, y'all, let us know what you think of this. As always, Dad, appreciate it.
A lot of fun on this one.
And until next time, thanks for watching, happy listening, and we will see ya.